So Diamond Head is in Seattle tonight. Oh, sorry. And you guys have got a show at El Corazon. You guys were in the States earlier this year,
Yeah.
and then you guys went back and came back.
Yeah.
Why did you end up splitting up the tour like that?
It's just the way it was. When we came over in April, May, we had Rocklahoma to do, and so we centered some dates around that. And this time we come over, we had the Las Vegas Psycho Festival to do in August. So we centered dates around that. But this time it's grown into more of a tour of Canada.
Okay.
So we're doing about 12 dates in Canada. But it was, we couldn't have stayed here for 6 months. We've all got, stuff to do back at home. So we got work visas for the whole chunk, and then we just flew back. And we'd also we've done Norway, Denmark, Germany, Spain. We've done all kinds of festivals back in Europe, and we've also started work on the new album. So we keep busy.
Yeah, I caught you guys last year at Sweden Rock at the huge festival, and then you guys are doing our tour here in the States, which brings you to a lot of smaller venues. Do you guys prefer the smaller, intimate venues, or do you prefer the really big festivals? Do you
I
have a
like
favorite?
big festivals. I like, I think as long as the crowd's good, I always think it doesn't matter where we play. I've played some small places, and if it's a good crowd, that's what sticks in my mind. That's what sort of gives everybody the satisfaction. Is it a good crowd? You can play a great big place and it's hard work, or you can play a little place and it's fabulous. Ideally, Diamond Head would be much bigger, and we'd have sold 1 million records and we'd be playing bigger places. But it is what it is, and we're lucky to be able to play places like this. So we played here before. We came over in 2011. We played here at El Corazon, and we're back again. So it's been 6 years. We did play somewhere else, I think, in Seattle in 2013, but I've forgotten the name of the venue.
So you mentioned you guys are working on a new album. When do you have? Do you guys have that slated for a release date at this point?
No,
or?
not really. Probably, ideally, spring of 2018. But we've got a long way to go. We've only done the drums and a little bit of bass, so we're here for a month. Then we go back. Then we'll do some guitars. Then we've got all kinds of other gigs. Vocals will probably start December, January, and then it'll be mix, mastering. It all takes time. Even getting the artwork right can take months. It's crazy.
Who are you planning on working with for the mixing and mastering?
We'll probably mix it ourselves. We normally do. Mastering would be just done somewhere in London.
So Diamond Head's been a band for a long time. There's been started really early, but then there was a break and another break, and you're back. How is it this time around for you guys?
Well, it's been going pretty much flat out since 2000, really. So we've been at it 17 years, without a break. Carl, the drummer's been with me since 91, and we just try and keep it going, really. Both got a passion for the band. It's a band I started when I was 16, and I've always tried to look after it and care for it, and we've been lucky to keep it going, really. A lot of bands fall by the wayside, don't they? Too many.
Yeah.
It's difficult to keep a band together, keep everybody happy, and that's what we want to do, really. That's what I like. I like it when we're all enjoying it, and we're having some good fun, and the gigs are good. I don't know what else there is.
So what do you do when you're not making music?
Normal things, at home, just looking after day to day and things, running around the house, doing the shopping, things like that. I play in a covers band as well when we're not, touring like this, and I also teach guitar, walk the dogs, keep fit, do a bit of cycling.
That's great. So I've talked to a lot of artists, and I've always asked them what kind of advice they would have for people that are aspiring to get into music today. I've got the mix of don't do it, you could never make it, you gotta love it to do it. What advice do you have?
Well, yeah, you gotta love it to do it. It's fair advice. But I think, from my experience, writing songs has been the most important thing I've done, because the songs have kept us going, and a good song will, can potentially make a lot of money. and if you can write good songs and they last the test of time, I mean, some of the songs we'll be playing tonight are 35 years old, and they still sound good, and people still want to hear them. So there must be something in the craft that we got right back, 78, 79, 80. And I just focus on songwriting. I think you've got to have a good singer, but that's about it, really. I mean, bands, it'd be great if there was more fantastic managers, but you can't rely on a manager. We can't all be lucky enough to get a great manager. So I think you have to do most of the work yourself. And then if you climb up that ladder, a good manager will probably get in touch with you, because he will see that there's something happening and there's some money to be made. But you've got to do the work yourself. You've got to be prepared to get your hands dirty and get involved with every little aspect of being in a band.
Now, with all the stuff going on in the world today, I mean, we've gotten in this really strange space politically, and the violence and everything, and you guys have your own issues in England with Brexit. How do you feel about traveling the world today? I mean, I know there's a lot of people, it's just kind of, you hear some people say they don't want to travel because they're concerned. People have canceled their tours, like Kansas this summer canceled their entire European tour. Yeah, and would you guys have any pause about traveling the world, or?
Nope, I don't mind. I'm a little bit concerned about doing South America at our level because of a few stories I've heard, but we're game to go anywhere pretty much. I mean, I'd do South America if it was all nicely sorted and we knew the guys, the proprietors, and we had good feedback. But there's lots and lots of places Diamond Head have not been to. Australia, for example, New Zealand, China, Russia. So we quite like the idea of getting to places that we've never been. It's always interesting to go new places. We're doing places on this tour we've never been to. So I quite like that. And I'm not worried about travelling. Don't bother me. I think, I'll be fine. I've got a sort of confidence that everything will be all right.
Yeah, and that's kind of the way I feel when I travel.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
It's not as big and overblown as people, our media makes it.
Some people are frightened of travelling, aren't they? My wife is frightened of flying. So she's never going to jump on the plane and come with us, unfortunately. But I don't mind. I'm pretty easygoing.
So you guys are going to finish up your U.S. part of your tour and then heading up into Canada. What do you guys have planned for the rest of the year?
Sorry?
What do you have planned for the rest of the year?
Well, after that, after we go back to the UK, we'll record the guitars and probably start on vocals towards the end of the year. We've also got a tour of Ireland, and we've got other dates. We've got all over the UK, London, that kind of place. Scotland, we've got about 3 dates in Scotland. So it's pretty much recording and gigs, or right up until December, right up until 9th of December, I think, is the last one in Belgium, something called Blast from the Past.
Yes, I remember seeing that, yes.
Not
absolutely.
done before.
Yes. So are you guys planning tour next year, or are you going to take a break?
Yeah, no, we'll tour. We've already got a few dates coming in for 2018. And the album will be out, of course, so we need to promote that.
Well, thank you so much. It's going to be a great night tonight.
You're welcome. Yeah,
great.
Should be good.
Thank you.